Hey, good day, everybody. My name is Rob Mazak, and just wanted to take a minute to talk about a couple of things. I am working out of a great metaphysical shop called Feather Healing over here in Universal City. I tried to show a picture of it earlier, and not so much. But anyway, its tagline is the best little spiritual shop in Texas, and I can tell you for sure it definitely is. They have a lot of great practitioners there, a lot of different varieties of services, and lots of different retail items from many different vendors. Sorry. And I really enjoy my time here. And right now I'm exclusively doing all my appointments out of here. And we can obviously arrange stuff outside of that if we need to. But primarily I work out of here. It's a great place. And I just want to touch on one of the subjects, and that's our purpose and our why. You know, because I can tell you almost everybody walks in the door that wants to talk to me or does talk to me, regardless. It's almost always boils down to the question of what is my purpose? You know, and that's a difficult question for most of us to ever come to terms with, right? And to be honest, nobody can really enlighten you on your purpose except you. Now, there's those of us that can help guide you, and sometimes we get that divine message. It happens, right? And I mean, I could tell you some experiences about that for ourselves, but for the most part, you know, it comes down to our decision. But purpose is one thing, but knowing what you're supposed to do is great. But, you know, I'm going to, you know, kind of paraphrase some of what Les Brown says, right? The great Les Brown, I love him, he's great. If you haven't heard him talk, you might want to look him up. Awesome speaker. And so, one of the things he says is that your job is the why. Why do you do what you do? Why is it that you know, in other words, he's replacing the word purpose with your why. Why do you do what you do? Why are you doing what you're doing? You know, and he finishes up by saying, and the how is none of your business. So the bottom line is, if you can figure out why, or what is your driving motivation? What is your reason for doing anything? It could be all kind of things. It could be because you need to provide for your family. It could be, you know, because you have a big dream. It could be all kind of things, right? But you have to give yourself that carrot, that little thing to chase, you know, that wakes you up every morning and gives you that motivation and that energy to do what you do, right? And so, and you know, I tell my clients that all the time. And funny enough, you know, I don't think it really struck me really directly what my why really was until about 2 months ago. And you guys are going, my goodness, you're one of our readers and all that, and it took you that long. I said, well, sometimes it does. Yeah, you know, we're all human, right? But I had a client come in one time, and I was trying to get her to answer that question. What's your purpose? What do you want to do? What is it that drives you? What is your motivation? And she really didn't seem to be able to come up with an answer. And she just fired back at me. She said, what's your purpose? And I'm like, you know, my quick answer was, I'm doing it. This is exactly what I want to do, is to help people energetically, spiritually, mentally, physically, all that, right? And I kind of left it at that. But, you know, it wasn't until a couple of days ago when the light bulb came on in my head, right? I'm like, oh my gosh. You know, there was a client sitting across the table from me, and I was doing I think it was a tarot reading or something. And some things about what I said just completely lit up that young lady, right? And you could see the light bulbs going off in her head. Well, not literally, but you get my point. And I know that what was said, or what came through in the message, and you know, from the other side, if you will. But regardless of where it came from, this lady walked out of the shop, changed and going in a different direction. And so right then I knew what my why was. That is exactly what my why is. Every day I sit across the table or from somebody, or doing a session on you know, laying down on a massage table or something, right? You know, just to know that I can see the excitement and the change going on right in front of me, That is exactly what drives me, right? It may sound simple, but you know, the funny thing is once you get your why in place, right, and you really drill down on it and figure it out, the how, everything else just kind of follows. And it has been ringing true so far. And I can tell you, you should also dig down and figure out what that why is. I mean, it may take you a minute. It's not gonna. I'm making it sound easy, but come on, I'm 61 years old, and it took me a while. So I don't expect everybody, and just to make it happen today or tomorrow, right? But you really got to start looking at that and figuring out what wakes you up in the morning, what keeps you going, and what helps you sleep well at night. Anyway, I will leave you with that thought, right? Come by and see us at the Red Feather Healing. The address here is 2041 Universal City Boulevard in Universal City. It's not too far from Randolph Air Force Base. So look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good day. Bye.